So I wanted to do a video giving an update on my work situation. So essentially my work has forced me again into autistic burnout. Since the middle part of February, so let me back up a little bit. So I work for a bank, corporate office setting. So since the middle part of February, I've been desperately seeking to get an accommodation in place. Because like in the office, like there's so many various aspects that are overstimulating, from the amount of people that are there on a day-to-day basis, the noises, the lights, so many various aspects that when you're dealing with them on a day-to-day basis, it becomes quickly overwhelming. So since the middle part of February, I've been desperately seeking to get an accommodation in place. And then I was able to go to my physician on March 17th to get a document stating why I should be able to work from home, because this employer does allow like situations where people can work from home. So I went to my doctor on March 17th to get an accommodation request filled out to be able to work from home. Okay. So after that point, it went downhill and became exhausting, because I had to speak with so many HR people because the HR nurse I had actually spoke with asked me what medication I was taking for my autism and what do I usually do during triggers or episodes. And I had to go into a long explanation of how there is no cure for autism. Can't take any medication for autism. And this doesn't occur in triggers or episodes. And then every HR person after that essentially repeated the same language, and even rolled out like offensive red yellow cards of like I'm supposed to hold up a card like during triggers or episodes, because they were fighting so hard against me being able to work from home. Like their accommodations that they wanted to put in place were red yellow cards, noise canceling headphones, and they wanted to essentially stick me in a corner of the office. And then when it came to the social aspect, I was told, just take a different pathway. And then I essentially climbed the ladder in terms of speaking with each one of these individuals. And it got to a point where it's like everyone was essentially like repeating the same thing, and then no one really seemed to care. And it's like, I don't understand. And it's so frustrating, and why it's led to because like I've been like emotionally like drained because of all this, because you have that going on, and it's supposed to be Autism Awareness Month, and also in the media, there's a certain part of our population that simply wants us gone, wants autistic people gone, and it's all just so overwhelming. Like operating the bare minimum. Like sometimes like I just have the energy to get up to care for my dog, and then just like have to lay back down, like, because it's just, that's it. Like I know that Jasper has to be cared for, but that's, operating on the bare minimum because of just like the level of stress and the level of like overstimulation. Because it shouldn't be this hard to get an accommodation in place at work. when you express that these are situations that you're facing, because you can do your job and you're good at your job. You're just asking for like an equal playing field. You're asking to not be put into situations that are overwhelming, overstimulating. But the fact I've had to speak to 6 or 7 HR people, the fact that each one of these people essentially repeated the same thing and kept using, because that's another thing too, is they kept using the same offensive language of during episodes or during triggers. And each time I explained to these HR people that please stop using the same offensive language, they continue to do it over and over and over again. They continue to do it. Each person that sent me a new email use that same offensive language. And we're keeping these accommodations in place. And they actually told my doctor no. My doctor actually recommended that I be able to work from home for these specific reasons. And their medical team essentially decided that no, we're not going to listen to your doctor. They told my doctor no from the start. So it's led to me being where I'm at right now, like having very, very low bandwidth and just being emotionally like burned out, because you don't feel listened to, you don't feel valued. Yeah. And then, like I said, what we have going on in the media right now, where just autistic people are under attack, it's like, it's just hard.